In the world of royalty, every appearance is carefully watched, every gesture is analyzed, and every detail tells a story. But sometimes the most powerful messages are not spoken out loud. They are quietly expressed through presence, through posture, and most intriguingly, through fashion. Today, we turn our attention to Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, a royal figure known not for drama or headlines, but for something far more enduring: grace, consistency, and quiet influence. At first glance, her latest public appearance seemed simple: elegant, refined, and effortlessly composed. A soft-toned outfit, carefully tailored, paired with minimal accessories. Nothing loud, nothing excessive. But as always with royal fashion, there is more than meets the eye. Because in this world, simplicity is never accidental. Sophie has, over the years, crafted a unique role within the British royal family. While others may attract attention through bold statements or media buzz, she has chosen a different path, one built on subtlety and purpose. And that's exactly why moments like this matter. Her wardrobe choice was not just about looking appropriate. It was about sending a message, one that resonates far beyond the surface. The color palette she chose plays a crucial role. Soft neutrals blended with gentle blue tones created a calm and composed visual impression. Now, in everyday fashion, this might seem like a simple aesthetic decision, but in diplomacy, color is a language. Blue in particular carries deep meaning. It represents trust, peace, and stability. It reassures, it calms, and in times where uncertainty can dominate global conversations, such symbolism becomes incredibly powerful. By choosing this tone, Sophie wasn't just dressing for the occasion. She was aligning herself with the values of calm leadership and quiet confidence. And perhaps more importantly, she was reflecting the image the monarchy aims to project today. This approach mirrors, in some ways, the style strategy of Catherine, Princess of Wales, who also uses fashion as a way to connect and communicate. But Sophie's interpretation is distinct. Where Catherine often blends elegance with relatability in a more visible way, Sophie leans into discretion, making her message softer yet equally impactful. But let's go deeper. It wasn't just the colors that stood out. It was the deliberate absence of extravagance. In an era where public figures often rely on bold fashion to capture attention, Sophie did the opposite. She chose restraint. No overly luxurious fabrics, no dramatic designs, no elements that would distract from the purpose of her appearance. And that in itself is a statement. It tells the audience that the focus is not on her, but on the role she represents. It reinforces the idea that royalty, at its best, is about service, not spectacle. Even the smallest details added layers of meaning. Her choice of pearl accessories, for example, was far from random. Pearls have long been associated with wisdom, dignity, and timeless elegance. They are understated yet powerful, much like Sophie herself. Her structured outfit, with clean lines and precise tailoring, conveyed professionalism and authority. It suggested readiness, purpose, and quiet strength. And when paired with her composed demeanor, the overall effect was undeniable. She wasn't just attending an event. She was representing stability. This becomes even more significant when viewed in the broader context of the monarchy today. With senior figures like King Charles III navigating both public responsibilities and personal challenges, every appearance by a working royal carries additional weight. In such moments, consistency becomes crucial. And that's exactly what Sophie delivers. She doesn't seek attention, but she earns respect. She doesn't dominate headlines, but she builds trust. And in today's world, that kind of influence is incredibly valuable. Because modern audiences are changing. They are more aware, more observant, and more connected than ever before. They look beyond surface-level appearances and seek authenticity. And Sophie's approach aligns perfectly with this shift. Her wardrobe choice sends a subtle but clear message. The monarchy is evolving. It is becoming more grounded, more relatable, and more in tune with the expectations of the public. And she plays a key role in that transformation. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this moment is how effortlessly it all comes together. There are no dramatic announcements, no bold declarations, just a carefully considered appearance where every detail works in harmony to communicate something bigger. It's a reminder that true influence doesn't always require volume. Sometimes it requires precision, and Sophie understands that better than most. As viewers, it's easy to overlook these details, to see an outfit as just an outfit. But in the world of diplomacy and royalty, nothing is ever that simple. Every choice is deliberate, every detail is meaningful, and every appearance is an opportunity to communicate something deeper. So the next time you see Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, step into the public eye, take a closer look. Because behind the elegance, behind the simplicity, there is always a story waiting to be uncovered. A story of quiet strength, a story of modern diplomacy, and a story of a royal who proves that sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones spoken without words.